Dog Pound Daily came up with 3 players the Browns could trade for ahead of training camp, and we'll go third on this list. Jordan Hicks, linebacker from Arizona. What do you make of that one, trading for a linebacker?
Yeah, to me that would have made more sense before the offseason. You know, when you sign Anthony Walker Jr., when you draft Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah and Tony Fields II, and you had Jacob Phillips in the 3rd round a year ago, I just don't see the same need there that there was a few months ago.
Yeah, I would agree also. Number 2 on this list, Anthony Miller, wide receiver from Chicago.
Yeah, you know, it just feels like they have so many guys. And I'll probably say that about the number 1 guy in this list too. Like, I look at this roster and I don't see many holes. And they're bringing back their top 6 receivers from a year ago and drafted Anthony Schwartz. So where would a guy fit unless you got rid of one of those receivers? And the Browns re-signed Higgins. They tendered Hodge. They drafted Peoples-Jones. Like, I just don't see an opening.
Yeah, and again, I would agree with you. This one is intriguing. The top one is Stephon Gilmore. That's a guy that held out from New England. I think it's $7 million in contract this year. You're going to have to extend him. What do you make of Gilmore?
Yeah, that one is less about the player and more about the contract. I think any team would want Stephon Gilmore. I think the Browns would figure out a way to use him. You play him every down and let him play bump and run and man coverage and let him be a shutdown guy. If New England said, hey, we'll give you Gilmore for Greedy Williams, would the Browns do that? And then you slide Newsome inside? Maybe. But when you talk about contract, I think the Browns would be more comfortable paying Denzel Ward the $19 or $20 million a year that he's going to get, as opposed to him and Gilmore, or choosing Gilmore ahead of Ward when Gilmore, I think, is getting close to turning 30.
The other thing is, this front office, I believe, has a plan laid out, and I don't think they're going to be distracted from that unless they're overwhelmed.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the other kind of, variable is if there's an injury. Like if Denzel Ward got hurt and was going to miss significant time, then maybe Andrew Berry says, hey, we're in a Super Bowl window. We can afford to go make a move, or we feel the need to go make a move. And you saw a little bit of that with Ronnie Harrison last year. Obviously not nearly the same type of player or the same type of contract, but Grant Delpit got hurt and Berry said, we need to go get another safety. And it wound up being a good deal for the Browns. They didn't have to give up much. And they get a guy who is going to play a lot this year and they feel can be part of that 3 safety package. But the point is he went after a need that was created by an injury. And that's kind of how I feel the only trade going forward would be.